basic point with Twitter is, so what are you up to? What are you doing? That's a tough question to ask people because sometimes people share too much. 140 characters, including spaces. I mean, the little tiny things. It's growing like crazy. It's another one of those things that you just have to be aware of. Try it. Find out. So what do you do? The problem is, and it's where people are sharing information. Very casual, very, sort of like email used to be, only even shorter. Just type something up, send it to the world. 14 million users, the water cooler of the 21st century. That's what some people call it. It can be a little creepy sometimes. So you have your Twitter account. I'm Ross Fishman, no space. So to send something to me, it's at Ross Fishman, and it goes directly to me. You can also refer to me as at Ross Fishman, and people will know, who I am and what I'm doing, because they can then follow me. And you sort of follow each other. You develop people who you think, that person's smart. I want to see what they post. And sometimes you get a lot of really good information. I follow a lot of news media. I follow the ABA Journal, for example. They send me regular updates, and that's very interesting to me. They're very on the spot. It's very quickly updated stuff. And so also for events, for example, here, hashtag is sort of a little group, sort of. Hashtag ABA Chicago is anybody who does any Twittering, and some of you may be in the room doing that right now. You can Twitter at ABA Chicago, hey, Ross Fishman's giving a presentation on social media. Send, and then everybody who's following that group will now know about that. And he's talking very fast. It's a very powerful thing. It can be easily abused. So for example, here's one way to use it. I read that Matt Holman gave me a thing I thought was very interesting. I saw that. It was a collection of tweets. I thought that was interesting. I went to that online. I liked it. And so then I saw what the URL was. And so I posted a little tweet, it's called, that said, at Matt Holman, that's the guy, one of the best things I've read. I really like this. And so I sent it to everybody around who was following me so they could read it too if they were interested. And so you develop a following there. I don't use it a lot, but I use it a little. I use it some. Here, for example, there's the ABA. They sent me an email saying, hey, here's how you follow the ABA. Here's how you Twitter, and so on. So they want people to follow. They want people to be involved, to be active. It's kind of funny. You can sit there giving a presentation, and people are looking like this. They're, here. But they're Twittering, and that's, it used to be they're ignoring me. They're checking their email. Now they like it so much they're not paying attention to me because they're Twittering about it. It's, the rules are changing. So here's what it looks like. Twitter.com. Here's just, I did a search for hashtag ABA Chicago yesterday, and here's what it looks like. Here's some people. Here's who they are. Here's what they're saying. And you can follow it, and it's just regularly. It sort of scrolls, regularly changes. You don't have to read all of them, but you read some of them. I use TweetDeck. It's a function that sort of gives you a way to follow different things, follow yourself, see who's saying something about you, or you can follow, here's ABA Chicago, the things that are being said there. TweetDeck, there's a lot of them. It's just a way to organize your Twitter account. There are others. This is the one that I use. One of the problems is, as I mentioned, here's some that I've gotten recently. Don't care. Hey, you haven't shaved on vacation.
Oh, no.
Yeah, sorry. My daughter's saying twinkle, twinkle. Mine can too. I just didn't tell anybody about it. Some people just do it too much. Those people tend to look a little creepy, I think, like they don't have much work to do. And there's a balance, I think, that has to be achieved. And we don't really know where it is yet. You want to build your reputation. You want to post smart things so people read them and then are encouraged to follow you. But there's a line somewhere that once you cross it, you look like somebody who's got too much free time. And so that's one of those lines you've got to be very aware of. So assignment there, sign up for Twitter, try it out. Some of you may like it, some of you may hate it, but it's an important thing to be aware of because the conversation today is all around Twitter. People are all talking about it. You should be aware of what's going on. And some of you may find that it's a very valuable way to stay in touch with people in a fairly unobtrusive way. The concern that I have is that to do it well, you've got to post regularly, and for lawyers who are billing hourly, it's sort of a distraction. You've got to pull yourself out of what you're doing and then go into something else and then go back. And so it's a little bit hard, I think, for lawyers to do this regularly, but it works very well for some people. Find out if that person is